Prophet Muhammad, Allah's blessings be upon him, then informed that Allah had created a being and Allah had committed to that being the mission of impersonating the Messiah, pretending that he is the Messiah. So he is the great pretender. And that he is known as Dajjal, Al-Masih al-Dajjal, Dajjal, the false Messiah or the Antichrist. Dajjal means one who deceives. And so the Antichrist has a PhD in deception. In everything connected with the Antichrist, appearance and reality are opposite to each other. If the Antichrist is to successfully impersonate the true Messiah, it follows that he also must attempt to rule the world from Jerusalem with what would appear to be eternal rule. Only then can he declare, I am the Messiah. If he is to do that and convince the Jews that he is indeed the Messiah, then it follows logically. Number one, he would have to liberate the Holy Land for the Jews. Number two, he would have to bring them back to the Holy Land to reclaim it as their own. Number three, he would have to restore a state of Israel in the Holy Land and get them to believe that this is the holy Israel of David and of Solomon, alayhi salam. Of course it would not be. It would be an impostor. Then they would be convinced. And finally, he would have to cause that state of Israel to become the ruling state in the world. Only then would he be able to rule the world from Jerusalem. Then he can get up and say, I am the Messiah. And they would believe that he is indeed the Messiah. And then he could rub his hands and he can say, mission accomplished. The Blessed Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam declared, every prophet warned his people about the Antichrist, about Dajjal, the false Messiah. And the prophet Noah warned his people. But I say to you something that none have said before me. The Antichrist sees with one eye, his left eye. He's blind in the right eye. It looks like a bulging grape. But your Lord is not one-eyed. Between his eyes, on his forehead, is written the word kafir, disbeliever. And every mu'min will be able to read it. A mu'min is the one who has accepted the religion, the true religion, but has not only accepted it with the lips, but the truth has entered into the heart. The one who has faith is a mu'min. And so every mu'min will be able to read and recognize disbeliever, whether that mu'min is literate or illiterate.
As Al-Mahdi's army is fighting, as soon as we gain victory against the Romans, someone calls out and says, "Go back to your family and your homes quickly, for a Dajjal has appeared." A Dajjal, commonly known as Antichrist in the Bible. A Dajjal means the liar, the impersonator, one who lies about his impersonation, lies about who he represents. So he comes and says that he is Prophet Isa alayhi salam when he first comes out. A Dajjal is a man. He's a man, he's a human being. He is a'war. He sees with one eye. The other eye looks like a grape that has its liquid sucked out of it. He can't see from it. Every prophet has warned his nation against the Dajjal and the coming of the Dajjal and the prerequisites of the Dajjal. The effects of the coming of the Dajjal are present now. Preparation of the Dajjal. He represents falsehood. He represents shirk. And Rasul ﷺ describes his hair. He says, Aj'ad, it's coarse hair, very rough coarse hair, black. On his forehead will be the shape, within his forehead, only a believer can tell, will be the shape of 3 letters, carved in a certain way in his forehead. The letters are kafara, kafar or kufr, which is disbelief. And he is a humongous man, very big man. Big, reasonably, proportionally big as a human, not big as in he's a giant like a dinosaur. He's a big man. And this man, Ad-Dajjal, he has signs of his coming. For example, what is known as Israel today, it will be filled with dates, palm trees. In those days it wasn't at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. Now it's filled with palm trees, full of it. Another sign is that he said a man from the Arabs will come out as a prophet and his people will expel him from the land. They'll fight him. He is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And Allah would give him some powers. Rasul ﷺ told us that he has the power to order the clouds to rain wherever he wills, to order the earth to be fertilized wherever he wishes. He will pass by a hill and he'll order its golds and treasures to come out and they'll follow him like an army. He will rule the world. The first among those who will follow him are said to be the Jews by our scholars. The Jews do not believe that Isa alayhi salam was a true prophet. They believe he was an impostor. They believe in Moses. They believe Musa was the last of the prophets. And their Torah is telling them about a coming prophet. When Isa alayhi salam came, they said he's an impostor. So they tried to kill him. So now they say he's still an impostor. When Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out, he fit the descriptions of their Torah. But they rejected him because he was among the Arabs. They didn't want to accept him. So they've made up their own laws and saying that we are still waiting for the prophet to come, the true Jesus. And a Dajjal will come out and say, I am Jesus Christ. And they like his ways. They will follow him.